softly spoken, with no strings tying you to me. I'm happy, keep it softly spoken, with no strings tying you to me.
Today I'm going to be talking about, or tonight I'm going to be talking about diets and why I'm anti-diet. Okay, don't get me wrong, we're going to understand the word diet, where diet is just literally what you eat. Okay, my diet consists of Okay, my diet today actually changed. My diet changes daily actually. So daily. Get that word right, Carl. Daily. Yes. So we'll get that word. So daily. Okay, and but for some people, the word diet, and this is why I'm anti-diet to a degree, because the the word diet itself conjures up all sorts of things. Okay, it basically, to me, it conjures up restriction. It conjures up having to eat at super low calories, at having to eat only certain foods, can't eat this, can't eat that, have to eat #healthy. Do you know all that sort of stuff? And so I'm so much anti-diet. So remember, from the mindset of that we want to conquer ourselves, we have to conquer ourselves. One of the biggest things I hate is the fear of food. The fear of eating different foods. So let's talk about diets, okay? And yes, am I qualified? Well, let's say I'm not a qualified coach. I'm not a qualified nutritionist. But what I can talk about is what I've learned over the last 12 months, or what I can talk about is how I've lost over 20 plus kilos in the last 12 months and kept on and maintained all my muscle. So, which is a big thing. I'm going to talk about that in future videos, not now, but understanding that I'm really just going to share my journey, but also talk about what I've learned and what I know from coming from over 100 kilos plus down to in the 70s now, okay? So I'll say that again. I was over 100 kilos plus and I'm in the 70s right now, okay? So you can work the maths out, okay? 25 plus kilos we're on, and keeping all muscle. So think about that, okay? There's a reason. And I didn't go on a particular diet, although I changed my diet, if that makes sense. I changed my knowledge about food. And so let's talk about why do I hate diets? Because first of all, they conjure up fear of other foods. They ask you to restrict different foods or cut out foods totally. They cut out food groups, cut out sugar, cut out carbs, cut out, or they go to a super low calories diet. Do you know what I mean? Or you can eat what you want, but you can only eat 1,200 calories for a day. Okay? And what that does is, one, they all generally set you up for failure, and for the ones who turn those into a lifestyle forever, are really within the probably 1 to 2% of the human race. All right, only 1 to 2% of the human race actually turn that into a lifestyle. Okay, I'll give you an idea. What would be a diet? Would be like a keto diet right now. Then you're talking about Jenny Craig. You're talking about what's the one, and what's my Weight Watchers, for example. By the way, they've got great food. My mum's on Weight Watchers, all right, and she's doing really well. All right. So if she sees this video, hey mum, but she's doing really well on that. But it's not something I would advise people to get into. Why? Because it can create such a restrictive environment of eating for most people. My mum's in the 60s plus now, so it's kind of works with her really well. But I wouldn't recommend it at all, because it's a restriction on such a low calorie diet that it gets you ready for such a yo-yo of dieting throughout your whole life. Okay, and that's not what I want. It's not what I want. That's not what conquering yourself is about. Conquering the enemy within is not about being in this yo-yo, having this good bad relationship with food. It's actually just going beautifully along, having this great relationship with food for the rest of your life. Okay. Why is food so important? Because we eat it every day. We have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, don't we? We have breakfast, lunch, dinner. We snack on it. We go out and have meals. We go out and the idea is, I'm going to give you an idea. In the last 12 months, I have not eaten any less than 1,800 calories in a day to lose that fat. And right now, I'm been maintaining my weight in the 70s, maintaining it for several months now, and I'm eating almost 2,400 calories a day. Okay, think about that. 2,400 calories a day, and I'm maintaining my weight, not putting any more on, not losing any, just keeping it beautifully the way I want, and I'm eating. But I've never stopped eating. I'm eating hamburgers, I'm eating pizzas, I'm eating my beloved Wheat Bix every morning. Going to do a really cool video on that soon. Wheat Bix every morning. I'm eating great salads. I'm eating lots of fruit. I'm eating lots of food because I enjoy it. I'm enjoying food. I'm in love with food. I just enjoy it, so I can eat when I want, where I want, and I'm in control. And so this is where flexible dieting works real well. Once again, there's that word dieting, right? But the flexible dieting lifestyle, or if it fits your macros lifestyle, I like to call it the common sense of eating, and understanding that really food is just energy in, energy out. So we have to understand that. So how do we get away from the whole diet point of view? Well, we actually start to understand that losing fat, for example, once again, I believe obesity and having too much excess fat is the cause of a lot of diseases, over and above getting the right nutrition level in. Yes, nutrition is important. We're going to talk about that. So all of you people who are, I'm anti-nutrition. No, I'm not anti-nutrition. All right, we need macros, we need nutrition, okay? But we have to understand that obesity is the problem for people, and the reason for that is that people really, one, we overeat, yeah, but we also don't understand food. And when we do go on diets, we actually destroy our metabolism because of our whole, our such low calorie deficits and that we go into, or we restrict ourselves so badly that when we do come out, we just binge on the foods that we couldn't have before, right? Low carb diets, great, they come out, but as soon as people just get enough, they have this, this whole moment of just, I can't do this anymore, I'm getting a pizza, and they're just, they just blow up, and they never stop, and so they have this whole relationship where it's just crap with food, and then they feel sorry for themselves afterwards. You don't need to that. I'm going to give you something. I ate 11 slices of pizza the other night, and I had no concern. I had people with us, our family event we had on, and we had pizza, and I was in control though. I knew exactly what I was doing. I was in control. I was looking forward to this pizza, and I had 11 slices. Yeah, I wouldn't do that every day, but the fact is, I could if I wanted to. All right, but but I'm going to tell you, we're going to learn about why I can. We're going to learn about macros. We're going to learn about actually getting the right nutrition in, of course, but we're actually going to learn about not fearing food. And that's how you're going to conquer yourself with food. So I'm just messing with the wire here. It's kind of that little thing I do. I just like to fiddle. So let's talk about the key to not fearing food is knowing your maintenance level calorie intake. Simple as that. What is your maintenance calorie intake? Is simply knowing how much food calorie wise you can eat, and you won't put on weight and you won't lose weight. Think about that. Imagine knowing how much you could eat each day, knowing that you wouldn't put on weight and you'll lose weight, and knowing that all you had to do was, if you wanted to put more muscle on, guess what? You ate above that, and if you wanted to lose some fat or lose weight, fat, you just ate under that. But it's also knowing, and by the way, most of it's a lot higher than what you think. Secondly, knowing that you don't have to eat super low, because that'll actually bring you into a place where you're always hungry, and not just that, you will you will destroy your metabolism. So your body goes into shock, etc., and all this, and it goes, well, what's going on here? And you get to a stage where you actually eating not enough food, but you can bring yourself down to 10, 15, 20% underneath this barrier right here. And so, for an example, my maintenance level intake was 2,395 when we first started. All right, with my trainer. I got a personal trainer who taught me all this, right? Angus Fairbairn. Go look him up. All right. So I did this, and he just knocked me straight off in 200 calories. So I was eating, think about this, some of you are on diets where you're eating from the very word go 1,200, 1,500, 1,800 calories immediately. I was eating 2,195 calories. I was almost eating 2,900, 2,200 calories immediately, and I started losing fat straight away. Is that everyone's story? I don't know. I'm just saying this is an example. Okay, all right. Everyone's story is different with this, but 2,000. So I just ate under 2,200 calories a day, and I started losing weight. I started losing fat. Okay. Now I hit some macro targets too in that, protein, fiber, and all that, to make sure my health, my body was working and operating at a level. But realistically, I didn't cut out any foods. So I didn't cut out carbs. I didn't cut out sugar. I didn't cut out eating McDonald's and Hungry Jack's if I wanted to. I didn't cut all that out. The mindset was that I didn't cut that out. The mindset was hit my calorie target. Yeah, I tracked it. What did I use? I used an app called MyFitnessPal. I was taught to use MyFitnessPal, and I use that app. So the biggest problem I find with people is, do you understand the control level I have? Now, by the way, your metabolism, as you actually learn some things, and we'll go through these in future videos, but as you learn some things, your metabolism gets better. And now I can eat about 2,000, 500 and probably 2,400 and not put weight on, which I am right now. I'm eating 2,400 and not putting an ounce of weight on. Okay, so and in fact, I'm still leaning really. We look at photos each week, and I'm still leaning out at 2,400, which is pretty cool, right? So I'm in control. Imagine the control you have over your food, and knowing that you don't have to restrict yourself from any sort of food group, but you can still lose weight and fat. Okay, you take away the whole fear mongering of food. Okay, so we understand that. Now, the biggest problem I find with people when they actually hear about this is they really don't understand, alright, you've got to eat in a calorie deficit, alright? So instantly they think like low-calorie diets. No, like I've already said, okay? Just under your maintenance level, okay? Just under, not too low. So we do that, but finding out your maintenance level calorie intake, alright, is a bit of a, it can be a mission for some people because they've got no idea where to start with that. All right, and I'm not the expert in that area. All right, here's the deal. I had an expert come and tell me what my maintenance level calorie intake was. Okay, for now though, what I do is, and I'll give you an example. I know I get this. You can see a sports nutritionist. You can see someone who actually does it, a professional trainer who does it and works it out for you. Or the other way you can do it, if you just want to get simply started for free and you do it by yourself and you want to sort of do this on your own, is you really just work out your maintenance calorie intake by Googling your maintenance calorie intake, and you'll get a bunch of calculators. I find a great thing to do. Now, they're not perfect, they're not spot on. I don't say that's the duck's nuts all right way to do it. I'm just saying that for you to actually just get started in tracking your food, etc., all right, is to actually bring yourself, find out, get 2 or 3 calculators there and do 2 or 3 and just look at them and go, okay, there's the average there. Okay, get the average. All right, the calculators are very simple. They work it out for you. Just Google it, maintenance calorie intake, and you'll work out your maintenance calorie intake. Take a sort of a happy medium of what you think's, yeah, that's good, and start from there. Okay, and then all you do to lose fat, just drop yourself 10-15% underneath, and just keep working. 20% max, and just keep working yourself, and just see what happens. Okay. I mean, that's really that simple. That's how it was for me. That's how that's what I do. And my wife right now, I'm helping her right now, and she's, that's all I did with her. I went on to Google and just got some calculators up, maintenance level calculators up. Got a few up, did about 3 of them, and went, yep, all right, that's her maintenance calorie intake roundabout. All right, it's not perfect, but it's close enough. Now I just dropped a few. I dropped, I can't remember now whether it's 15% or whatever. I just dropped 10-15% underneath. And said, there, yeah, eat what you want, but don't go over and above that, hit within around that target. Simple as that. So, hope that helps someone. I want to be, I want to say, yeah, I'm anti-diet for that reason, okay, because it brings fear-mongering in about food, and we want to eliminate that. All right, love yous all. See you later. Hey, I'd just like to say thank you for watching the video that you've just looked at. Okay, I hope the content in it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it, and really what I just want to say for the end of this video is, if you found that you sort of related to what I was saying, if you sort of felt connected to myself as a person and who I am, Carl Pickering is, and the message that I'm trying to get out there, or the message that I'm actually producing out there, if you felt like there was a connection there and you'd like to sort of get more involved in the actual movement that I'm trying to create through business enterprise, etc., and if you feel like you want to join me, look, what you do right now is just hit one of the links, that the business link below, okay, and you can hit that link. It'll go straight into my chat bot. You can then from there obviously go through the system that the chatbot takes you through, or hit me up for a free chat, okay? And so I'd love you to do that. I'd love to connect. We can work together on something, you know, a special project together, and actually make this movement happen. Okay, so love yous all. God bless. See you later.